Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. A woman's been taken to hospital with serious burns after a house fire at Maryland this morning. Firefighters from Wallsend Station were called to the home on Maryland Drive just after 6 to find a cushion on fire in the lounge room. The fire was quickly extinguished, but the house was heavily smoke-logged. New South Wales Ambulance says a female resident was treated by paramedics before being taken to the John Hunter Hospital with burns to her hands and feet. Lake Macquarie Police are appealing for help to find a teenage boy who's gone missing from Belmont. 15-year-old Declan Hannaford was last seen at about 5:30 yesterday afternoon at Edgeworth, and police and family hold concerns for his welfare due to his young age. He's described as being of Caucasian appearance, about 110 centimetres tall, with a medium build and dark hair, and was last seen wearing dark-coloured clothing. Police believe he may be in the Rutherford area. We've posted Declan's photo on the 2NURFM Hunter News Facebook page. Rising Tide says it has no intention of disrupting a cruise ship which was due to visit Newcastle at the end of the month. Viking Cruises has confirmed the Viking Orion's visit to Newcastle Harbour has been cancelled due to security concerns relating to Rising Tide's planned harbour blockade. Spokesman Zach Schofield has met with the company directly to advocate for the cruise ship to dock in the port as planned, telling NBN they have no issue with cruise ships and no reason to block them from entering the harbour.
There is simply no reason for us to do so. It's against everything we stand for.
Newcastle Basketball has been handed a long list of issues which it needs to address as part of its indoor sports centre plans. The New South Wales Planning Department wants to know how things such as flooding, traffic and social impacts will be tackled, as well as the potential loss of green space. The Herald reports Newcastle Basketball is expected to provide a full response to the issues raised from community feedback early next year. A former prison guard says heavy penalties need to be guaranteed for prisoners who harm or intimidate corrections officers. Staff went on strike last week and were shortly ordered back to work over the 3-year community corrections sentence handed to Cameron Welsh for assaulting 4 guards at Cessnock Jail. The Public Service Association's Acting Assistant General Secretary David Bartle has worked as a prison guard. He says it's important the concerns of staff are heard.
The officers voted to go out for 48 hours. The Industrial Relations Commission chose to order those officers back at 6 a.m. the next day, so they went out for approximately 18 hours. The government and the Commissioner were reviewing the matter and hoping that they can resolve the matter to their satisfaction.
The Hunter Medical Research Institute is warning medical research could be hampered if the federal government drags its feet on a funding package. The Medical Research Future Fund promised $1 billion towards projects, including asthma and diabetes treatments, but only $650 million has been released. Institute Director Professor Francis K. Lampkin says good medical research pays for itself many times over.
We are in a much stronger position than many other medical research institutes because of our wonderful community. But we think the community should actually fund the discoveries, the cures for cancer and, the rock star and those breakthroughs that really can change lives. They shouldn't have to invest in the infrastructure and the system to support those discoveries. I think that's the government's job.
2NURFM Sport.
New Knights coach Justin Holbrook has hinted where Fletcher Sharp could slot into the side. The 21-year-old is back at training after 6 months off to recover from a ruptured spleen and lacerated kidney. Holbrook was initially coy about where the young gun could play, but then offered this.
Can play anywhere. Every time he picks the ball up out of dummy half and runs, he's a threat. And obviously, I'm not going to play him hooker, but just you can fit him in anywhere. Obviously, preferably in the halves. That's where he would fit in. So.
Meanwhile, Knights duo Dylan Brown and Phoenix Crossland will be out to continue their good form for New Zealand this weekend when the Kiwis take on Samoa in the final of the Pacific Championships. The future clubmates have kept their places in the starting side for Sunday's decider after the pair crossed for 3 tries in last weekend's win over Tonga. And former Woodbury junior Payne Haas will line up once more for Samoa. And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 12, 14, 17, 18, 21, 25 and 43, and the supplementaries are 15, 24 and 42. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.